Hello, BookTube. I've got a little bit of mail for you today on a gorgeous Saturday where I had a very ominous thing happen. Earlier today, I filmed a long video, 40 minutes, talking about roundup of BookTube channels, talking about the books that they're talking about, plenty of digressions, plenty of visual aids, and it does not exist at all. The video, and I stopped recording. I moved the file over to the desktop in order to prepare to upload it to YouTube, and the file was empty. It wasn't that the audio wasn't working or that it cut off early. It was empty. The whole thing was empty. It had no content at all. I know that it was recording. I hit the record button. I have no technical skills whatsoever, so I can't make a high-tech mistake. I do one thing. I hit record and then I hit stop. The file is completely empty. All that conversation is just gone. I want to make that video again, but I'm a little too irritated. I hate fighting with inanimate objects. I hate it when tech acts like magic, where the incantation is good one day, but the incantation for the exact same thing done in the exact same way doesn't work the next day. I really can't stand that. Don't know if this video will upload. But I thought we'd do a little bit of mail anyway to get me back on an even keel, and then maybe tomorrow I'll try and remake that video. I ordinarily don't remake videos because there's so much to talk about that there's really no need. But it frustrates me that I did all that and then nothing came of it at all. It's a very old man type thing too. So we'll do some mail, and then I'll take the bean on a nice long walk, and I'm sure that will even my keel. Of course, by then it will be too late in the day for me to make BookTube videos. I will be back to writing and reading, but there's always tomorrow. So let's look. We have two packages here. All the ones that I seem to do these days are two packages. So let's see. We need, I said yesterday that we needed September finished copies, but we actually need October copies. October copies of anything is what we need. Doesn't have to be a finished copy, but October copies of anything would be great. Okay. This is not letting go. This is taking layers of flesh off as it goes. Okay, all right. Just put it in a manila envelope and tape it shut. That's all. That's all that's ever been needed in 150 years. Put it in a manila envelope and tape it shut. Anyway. Oh, great. Okay, this is the finished copy. This comes out in September. This is the finished copy of the new Billy Boyle novel. This is The Phantom Patrol in finished copy by James Benn. This is a terrific series. Those of you who have not read this, especially male mystery lovers, people who might like to combine their love of World War II era fiction with their love of murder mysteries. If you don't know this series, you really should. The first book, I think, is just called Billy Boyle. That's the name of the main character, who's an ex-policeman from Boston. Who gets involved in all sorts of intelligence and mercenary work in the World War II era. And the setting for this one is winter of 1944. Months after the liberation of France, ex-Boston cop and U.S. Army Captain Billy Boyle finds himself in Paris, reeling from the carnage it has endured, but hopeful that an end to the war is in sight. When Billy finds a rare piece of artwork after a tense shootout, he thinks it could be connected to the Syndicat du Renard, a shadowy network of Nazi sympathizers known to be smuggling stolen artwork out of France. And their leader is the Fox, obviously, as you can tell from the title. Trailing the syndicate, Billy discovers that someone with a high level of communication clearance, someone in the Phantom Regiment of the British Army, may be using his position to aid the thieves. Billy, determined to stop the abettor, heads up to the front lines, where he experiences a last-ditch battle against overwhelming odds. Because, of course, that year and that time and this place puts him right in the sights of the Battle of the Bulge. The ruinous Battle of the Bulge unfurls in the Ardennes forest. Can Billy and his team survive the bracing onslaught and return the stolen artwork to its rightful protectors? And the finished copy has tons and tons of blurbs for the last few books. Are there any by me? I wonder. Are there any by me? I count only one, and it's from 2022. And what about On You? I assume all the high level stuff will be Charles Tard, Louise Penny, New York Times. This is a terrific series. I am, for the September issue of Big Canoe News in Northern Georgia, I am running a review of this book. Even though you would think that number 19 in a series wouldn't get a review, wouldn't be understandable to a reader, it's not actually true. You could start on almost any book in the series. And I got a really good review of this one to run for my book section coming out in early September. So I recommend it. Certainly recommend the whole series if you don't know about it. And then we'll move on to the box here. Of course, I am a little bit leery of the video going any length of time because I did a 40-minute video that just disappeared. It's not like there's anything technical that I can do. There's no content in the file. It just didn't happen. And for those of you who may be wondering, yes, I was recording the whole time. I hit the right button. I was watching the clock tick over. I was recording the whole time. It just didn't happen. That's all. But anyway, let's see what this next one is. Oh my, what is this? I don't think I requested this. Okay, let's get that out of there. This is Roman and Littlefield. Okay, I don't often get stuff from them. I assume you're late to the game here? Yeah, September 3rd, so not quite. I have a week to read this. This is by Sarah Fitzgerald, and it is The Silenced Muse, Emily Hale, T.S. Eliot, and the Role of a Lifetime. Naked hardcover from Roman and Littlefield for next week. Okay, so okay, this is about T.S. Eliot, and it has two blurbs. One is by Robert Crawford, who did a great 2-volume biography of T.S. Eliot just recently. I praised both those books. And the other is by Lyndall Gordon, who did The Hyacinth Girl, about this whole subject matter, and which also got reviewed fairly well in the mainstream press. Let's see here. In January 2020, the T.S. Eliot estate finally opened the largest and most eagerly awaited cache of new material written by the Nobel Prize-winning poet. The 1,131 letters he sent to Emily Hale, his little-known American love. But even as Eliot scholars explore Hale's impact on Eliot's work, the tantalizing question was not fully answered. Who was Emily Hale? Yeah, the Hyacinth Girl, I think, just wrote about the relationship. I don't think it portended to be a biography, although there was a lot of biography in it. This book is the first full-length biography devoted to Hale, telling her side of a complicated relationship. Based on the embargoed letters and Fitzgerald's extensive research into Hale's life and times, this book brings to light that Hale was much more than just a muse to a literary celebrity. She overcame personal hardship to pursue a career as a professor of speech and drama at a prominent American women's colleges and schools. She was a talented amateur actress and director, sharing the stage with others who went on to notable professional careers. Behind the scenes, she also guided Eliot as he began to explore playwriting with such works as Murder in the Cathedral. Her story is challenging to wholly uncover because the Boston clergyman's daughter was by nature reticent and humble. More critically, Eliot arranged for nearly all her letters to be destroyed. I was waiting for that. This book finally reveals that Hale's story is not that of a scorned lover, but rather a woman who was herself gifted and celebrated by her students and peers. Okay, a whole biography of Emily Hale. Now I'm wondering if she's part of the Boston Hales. If that's true, I must have missed it in the other book that I read on the subject. But coming right up, actually both of these are coming right up, so great. One nonfiction, a biography, one fiction. That is the mail for today. I'm sorry to be so hurried, but I am worried that this is simply not going to upload, that I'm wasting my time here and need to be shifting tech once again. So I'll wrap this up for now. It looks like it's working, but so did the last one. I'll wrap this up for now, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Thank you, BookTube.